you a little short for a stormtrooper?
Hanzo's Workshop, and everywhere in between. My name is Mike Gibson. Who is always a Steve Haller. What's up, Steve?
Technical difficulties. Always, Mike. Technical difficulties.
Always.
We had at least 1.5 false starts on the pod here tonight. So we're live now and coming to you from our respective basements.
We're all set now. We're all good?
We're all good now.
Good.
Do you talk first, or do I talk first?
It's hard to tell with the mask. I had somebody comment recently asking me about the podcast, and they were shocked to learn that you and I record in different locations because they said it sounds like we're just in the same room talking to each other. I'm like, yeah, well, we're looking at each other, and we are talking to each other. We're just not in the same room.
Yeah.
So
well, and I guess if you're not like the audio does come through pretty clean, and like I've done a lot on the mastering end, but like unless you're watching the video, you don't realize that we have two very distinctly different backgrounds around us.
Very different.
Yeah.
Yep. Unless sometimes you're listening and I start talking about your fish tank for some reason.
Right.
In a way that may indicate that I'm not in the same room.
Is true.
How's everybody doing? Welcome back. Another Monday show. First show of October. Welcome to spooky season officially.
Mm-hmm.
People like me have been living in soft spooky season for about a month already.
Yeah. My neighbor across the road has got we're already full blown Halloween over there, so
nice.
Yeah, I figured you'd appreciate that.
I do.
Though
cranking up my decor as well.
Though October does mean we did pass a very important date in the month of September.
Very important date in the month of September.
Yes. The last day, which was the day that I brought a gorilla to a gunfight, came out.
Steve.
You can thank Richard because in the chat he said he's out and about and he's going to watch the rewind, but he appreciated your book and says to anyone watching, go get a copy of it now.
Well, thank you, Richard, and thank you, Steve. Yes, my latest comic book, I Brought a Gorilla to a Gunfight, which if you're a longtime listener, definitely heard me talking about when the campaign was live a few months ago. It has been delivered to Kickstarter backers, except like the 4 or 5 that did not fill out their surveys. You got an email from me today. Please respond to it. But yes, everyone else should have gotten it either a digital or a physical or a both copy of I Brought a Gorilla to a Gunfight by now. And the few critiques I've heard have been positive ones. So it's very nice to finally have that out in the world and be getting some good feedback on it. Both myself and artist Matt Flint have gotten some positive feedback on it so far. So feels good. Good to have it out there.
No, I can say I read it. And we can hold this for the comic section if you want.
Up to you. Yeah, you can do whatever. We're talking about it now. You can talk about it now
All right.
if you want.
You know what? Let's talk about it in the comic section.
Okay.
And for any of you who don't know our program, we'll usually hit some news, and then we'll do some comic breakdowns, some comic reviews, and then let you know what's coming out this week and hit any really small stories. We haven't had any one shots in a while because the news has actually been pretty light.
Pretty light.
However,
tonight. Very light week.
If you enjoy what you're hearing and would like to follow us and support the show, please feel free to like and subscribe on your favorite podcatcher of choice or on YouTube. You can hang out with us in the chat like one Mr. Richard Westfall. And I don't think Brian's made a site yet, but our many recurring folks floating around. But yeah, feel free to like, subscribe, support us. The Multiverse Report on any platform you can find us, and check us out on Patreon, the patreon.com/the Multiverse Report.
That's right. Please do all of those things. And like Steve said, we'll be talking.
I remembered finally. Brian is in the chat. Brian in the chat is in the chat.
That's where he belongs, in the chat. We'll be talking comics a little bit later, starting off with some animated news. I mentioned a minute ago, pretty light week for news. Not a whole lot going on. There's like rumors, and some of the rumors are boring, not even like exciting rumors, and just like a lot of talk about stuff. There's not really any official thing. Like James Gunn is saying, like, oh, we're working on
Right.
more films and TV shows. Yeah, we know that. Okay, give me a title, or it's not. I'm not going to talk about it. Right? You know, he's not like spilling any gossip or anything like that.
Right.
Although I just realized there was somebody that has rumored that someone's being rumored to be cast in the Batman Part 2, but it wasn't even an official casting. Someone playing the head of the Arkham Hospital, like an heir to the Arkham name or whatever. But not even confirmed casting. So I was like, who knows? That movie's a big secret. Big secret. But what's not a big secret? This actually came out a few weeks ago, I think, was announced. But I missed it till this very day. Today, I saw that there is a new Amazon Prime Batman series coming out called Bat Fam. This is a spin-off of, you may remember, longtime listeners may remember us talking about a Christmas special like 2 years ago called Merry Little Batman, which is on Amazon Prime, about a young Damian Wayne, learning what it means to be Batman. His father is gone, and he tries to stop the Joker by himself on like Christmas Eve or something and gets into some trouble.
Mm-hmm.
It was great. I remember watching that with my son. I thought it was great. It was really funny. It was very good. Cool animation style, radically different animation style from any other Batman related thing that I had ever seen. And this is in that same animation style. So it's a spin-off from Merry Little Batman. It's the synopsis is the animated series follows Batman, Alfred, and young Damian Wayne, who has now taken on the mantle of Little Batman, alongside a few newcomers to Wayne Manor as they navigate the fun and frustrations of life as a super family. So, not specifically a holiday-related thing like the original movie was, but a new series geared towards younger kids, or at least a family-friendly series, which is cool. Again, it's weird that it's on Amazon Prime, but
Mm-hmm.
I get it at the same time. You know, it's weird that Warner Brothers allows that and isn't. They're not as big on the keeping everything under one roof as Disney Plus is, but I
No,
get it.
they've been
So
selling
people,
off things left and right to people.
yeah, it's just really surprising. I know I've said this before, so I'm just rehashing old points, but like, I get why a studio would do this because if streaming services are expensive and you can't have all of them, but Batman is a very popular character, so you want to watch a Batman thing, but you can't afford HBO Max and Amazon Prime. You already have Amazon Prime. You get to watch some Batman stuff, and that is only making the character, it's putting the character in front of your face, making you want to maybe explore more Batman stuff. So, it works in Warner Brothers' favor because it, amplifies the character. And that's like their most valuable character, probably. But at the same time, it is your most valuable character. So don't you want to attract people to like your streaming service? Don't you want to
One
get
would
people
think.
to, well, I got all the Batman stuff over there. I need that one. If I want to watch any Batman, I should buy that one.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I see it both ways.
Yeah.
But I'm excited about this. I hope my son wants to watch it. So I have an excuse to watch it. I can watch it if I want to. I know, but
Well, that was same thing with Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man or whatever the latest one was.
Yep.
I watched 2 episodes with my son, and when he fell off, I fell off.
Yep. I watched an episode or 2 of My Adventures with Superman with my son, and then he didn't want to go back to it. So I was like, oh, okay.
Right. And it's to no fault of the series. Like,
none at all.
What I watched was awesome. I just, as a father, I'm like, well, I've only got so much time, and Peacemaker's taking up all of my time now.
Yeah. I got other stuff.
I think we'll be talking about that later if you're caught up.
I am caught up on Peacemaker.
Oh boy! All right, yes.
Only one episode left.
We got some discussion.
Boy, episode 7 was quite an episode.
It was.
Holy cow!
But back to Merry Little Batman. I don't know if you saw back when that came out, or sorry, Bat Fam. When Merry Little Batman came out, I never thought of it this way, but Morgan Evans, who was the lead screenwriter, stated that Damien's kind of a Luke Skywalker. His dad is Batman, yes, but his mother's also a major supervillain in the canon. So the question is whether or not he will follow the dark side or the light side. He's a darker character than we initially thought.
That's true. That's
I
a
never.
good point.
It never dawned on me after all this time.
I certainly never likened him to Luke Skywalker. But yeah, well, because like, I guess it's different because Damien is handed to us in the books. Like Talia al Ghul is the one that introduces Damien to Bruce and is like, "Hey, here's your son.
Right.
This is my son, and you're his dad." So you meet Damien knowing who his parents are.
Right.
Luke Skywalker is not that at all. Damien is introduced with a really like, which way is he going to lean kind of attitude, whereas Luke is like, oh, Luke is the golden boy hero of this franchise, clearly. And then it's only later when they decided to make
Vader his father.
Yeah, that element was introduced. So
what do you mean? That wasn't always the case, Mike? Come on. It was totally known from the start.
The first 6 movies were completely planned out from the beginning, and that's why Disney screwed up the sequels. Duh, doesn't everybody know that? Yeah. That's a story. That's a talk for another time.
It's funny. The 3 movies that were planned out from the start were the prequels of all of them.
Yeah. Yep. And that's just a fact that you just said.
Yeah.
We're not saying anything other than that.
No.
It's just a fact that you just stated.
Stating facts.
Yep. Read into it what you will.
The only movie worse than those was Rise of Skywalker.
I don't agree with that statement.
I know. We've been, and if anyone wants to rehash this argument that we've had 17,000 times, please feel free to go check out our May the 4th episode from last year and the year before and the year before.
I just saw a couple of clips online that actually made me really want to watch Rise of Skywalker again.
God damn it, Mike.
I know I'll be let down, but like that movie, there's like such cool looking things in that movie that if you just see like a clip, you're like, oh yeah, that looks really cool.
I had a moment the other day where I was like, you know what? I'm going to give it another shot. And then I didn't. But there was definitely at least an inkling of a thought of like, yeah, maybe I'll give it a fresh look.
Well, you were doing like a January.
Oh yeah, come New
December
Year's.
Rewatch.
I'll give it another New Year's effort, but this was an off cycle that I was shooting for.
Sure. Hey, hopefully I'm just going to keep speaking vaguely about a thing that we're not announcing yet, but like hopefully soon we have an excuse to rewatch Rise of Skywalker.
This is true.
Anyway, new kid-friendly Batman series, Amazon Prime. There's no like date for this.
No.
I'm pretty sure it said 2025, but there's no like date for it yet. So we'll see. We will see. Something that we will see in 2025, in December of 2025, is not a sequel to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem, but a little bit of a tide you over, getting a short film from the creators of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem in the style of that movie, same characterizations. A proper sequel is still in the works, as I heard Seth Rogen himself say on episode of Blank Check podcast a few weeks ago. It was on the Big Lebowski episode. It's a good listen. He confirmed that they are still working on a proper sequel to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem, but in the meantime, we are getting a new holiday short film called Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Chrome Alone 2 Lost in New Jersey. So this is a short film directed by Ken Sakai. And the synopsis says, when a mysterious toy company exploits the turtles' newfound fame, the brothers follow the clues to New Jersey, where they stumble on a shocking discovery. Pretty vague synopsis. But the director, Sakai, said, quote, we wanted to honor the Ninja Turtles' history while asking what would happen if we put them somewhere completely unfamiliar. New Jersey became the perfect backdrop because it's so close to New York, yet has its own energy and quirks that challenge the Turtles in new ways. And later said in the same article that if this is something that works, he would love to explore finding new environments for the Turtles to be in although loving seeing them in New York City and that's their home, but it would be fun to see them in new situations.
Oh, yeah.
I can't really argue with that. So this short film was first shown apparently in June at the Annecy International Animated Film Festival. I had not heard anything about it until literally today when we got a still from it, which is the 4 characters maskless, but in like winter clothing, kind of shocked looking at something. But it will premiere in theaters December 19th in front of the SpongeBob movie, The Search for SquarePants. So it's going to be one of those deals where you get a little short film before the movie starts. So make sure your kids know that going in, because anytime that's happened, when I've been in a theater with my son and then other kids, they are confused as to why this is happening and not the movie that we came to see. So
on the flip side, I learned today that there is a SpongeBob movie coming out.
Sure is. Yeah, they still crank those things out. There's like a bunch of SpongeBob movies, right? I've never seen one of them.
No, I also feel like we were slightly old for SpongeBob. Like it was definitely the group of kids just younger than us that was like
For
peak SpongeBob.
For sure. Now, I will say, anytime I have seen an episode of SpongeBob or a clip from SpongeBob, I thought it was very funny.
Yeah.
Like it seems like if I was a couple years younger, I definitely would have been a huge fan of SpongeBob SquarePants.
Right.
But it was just like you said, we're just aged out of it, I think, by a couple years. So
we were the ultra edgy Ren and Stimpy generation.
Oh yeah, Ren and Stimpy. Wow.
Because it's log.
Big. It's heavy. Wood.
It's even better than bad. It's good.
Good. Yeah. From Blammo. Don't bring that to me, Steve. Like I didn't have the soundtrack to Ren and Stimpy on orange cassette tape from Nickelodeon. I sure did have that whole thing. Muddy the Mud Skipper theme song.
So
I know them all.
Sidetrack here. Growing up in the middle of nowhere, not to be confused with Middle of Nowhere Comics, our friend Brandon.
Shout out.
Growing up in the actual middle of nowhere, we didn't have Nickelodeon. So the only time I got to watch Ren and Stimpy was when I went and stayed at my grandmother's house. And she would go to sleep, and I slept on the couch. So I would wake up and watch. I would like stay up and watch Ren and Stimpy at my grandmother's house because that was the only option.
Well, you definitely wouldn't want to watch it with your grandmother.
No,
because I can't imagine any grandmother liking Ren and Stimpy.
No, I mean nowadays, sure, but definitively not back then.
At the time, anyone who was a grandmother at the time that Ren and Stimpy was premiering on television would not like that show. Nope. Ren and Stimpy would always be like, it'd be like regular cartoon animation, and then somebody would say something about like, oh, my tongue hurts or something weird like that, and they'd stick out their tongue, and then it would cut to a super detailed close-up of the character's tongue, and it would just be disgusting.
100%.
Like so detailed that the animation would be different, just like a still image of just the grossest thing a cartoon could show you.
Yep. Absolutely.
Oh man.
That was such a great show.
If anyone doesn't know Ren and Stimpy, do yourself a favor, look up Ren and Stimpy and watch it and just say just marvel at the fact that this is a mainstream cartoon that we grew up watching when we were children. Children. Wow.
I mean, this was the same era as Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah, which came first?
I don't know.
They're kind of around the same time.
The 90s were a strange time.
Simpsons, I feel like the Simpsons kind of like opened the door.
Yeah.
For all that kind of like edgier adult-ish, or like, yes, kids like it, but it's clearly made for adults kind of animation. Right. But then I think it might have been Beavis and Butthead first and then Ren and Stimpy. I don't remember.
Might have been. They were right.
I feel like by the time Ren and Stimpy was happening, that Beavis and Butthead was already like being condemned by parents. You know?
Beavis and Butthead was 1993?
Ooh.
Ren and Stimpy was 1991.
Whoa, Ren and Stimpy. I'm wrong.
Yeah. I did not expect that. Stimpy.
Wow.
But either way, both absolutely killer. So
At the time, sure. I don't know how funny I would think Beavis and Butthead is now if I watch Beavis and Butthead now.
that is definitely a relic of the 90s.
Yeah. They've tried bringing it back a couple times,
Have they?
I remember. And I think it failed. Like both times. Because it's just not really what people
Right.
are into anymore. I guess. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe I think it was funny, but I can't. Thinking about the things I remember about Beavis and Butthead right now, I don't think it's funny at all. So
Yeah.
I don't know. You tell us. You
Right.
tell us. Is Beavis and Butthead still funny?
Brian brings up a good point. Ren and Stimpy was on the same network as Rugrats.
It was like right after Rugrats.
Yeah.
To my knowledge, my memory was that there was a whole it was like a big deal. They announced like new like Nicktoons. Like Nickelodeon was like famous for showing like Looney Tunes and like other cartoons. They were like, oh, we're gonna have our own block of original animation. It's gonna be Doug, great show. Rugrats,
Another theme song stuck in my head.
Yeah, best part of that show. I was never as into Rugrats. Rugrats was fine, but like Doug was my jam.
Yep.
Rugrats was fine, and Ren and Stimpy came right after that. And I loved Doug and I loved Ren and Stimpy. My parents hated Ren and Stimpy.
Yeah. I'm gonna throw something out to you.
Soundtrack.
Rocco's Modern Life.
Modern Life. Yeah, man. Rocco's Modern Life ruled.
Rocco's Modern Life.
Somebody just referenced Rocco's Modern Life within the last week to me.
Huh.
And it was like a random thing. And I was like, I know what that is. What is that from? It was like a saying. And I was like,
That's awesome.
I know what that is. What's that from? They're like, Rocco's Modern Life.
That's awesome.
And it was like, I need to give you a hug because thank you for putting that. Now it's gone. It's gone again. I don't remember what it was. But Rocco's Modern Life was maybe possibly more subversive than even Ren and Stimpy was.
I was kind of thinking that.
Insane jokes on Rocco's Modern Life. Like,
yeah. I was trying to think of whether that was just in my head. Like, I'm glad you said that because I was going to say something in that vein, and I'm like, I don't know, maybe that was just in my head.
Like, insanely subversive, like sexual humor kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like, just wild.
It's so crazy.
Yeah. 90s cartoons, man.
Dude,
you could do anything.
They were absolutely great.
Yep. It's like they went from trying to slip things under the radar to just like, nah, we're just going to like throw this out there. We're just going to say it and kids aren't going to know what it means.
I mean, yeah, we're talking the same era that brought us, Batman the Animated Series, X-Men 97, like definitively older cartoons than they definitely showed.
Yeah. You know who it was? It was our friend of the show, Brandon Hall.
Okay.
That's made
that tracks.
Modern Life reference.
That tracks.
He's probably listening to this, so shout out to him for making it. And remind me what it was. When you hear this, text me and remind me what the reference was that you made, Brandon.
Text both of us, Brandon. That also, actually what popped into my head the other day from the 90s? The Tailspin theme song.
Now here, I remember the Tailspin theme song being great, but I can't recall it right now.
Bum 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 ba-dum ba-dum bum 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 ba-dum.
All those like Disney duck-related cartoons pretty had
Darkwing Duck.
Banger theme
When
song.
there's trouble, you call DW.
I mean, DuckTales. Oh,
Yep.
woohoo. That's a classic.
Oh yeah.
Classic one.
My son was trying to figure out so they redid DuckTales and they made like a modern reanimated one.
Yeah.
Theme song. Same theme song. And he was trying to figure out how I knew all of the words to it. And I'm like, well, buddy, let me tell you.
Life is like a hurricane.
Mm-hmm. Duckbird. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Chippendale Rescue Rangers. Brian brought up in the chat. Oh, yeah.
Chippendale Rescue Rangers. That's another banger theme song. Man, I get why shows don't have theme songs anymore because it takes up time.
Yeah.
But I miss a good theme song.
The X-Men theme, like completely instrumental. But if you turn that on, any nerd from the 90s, 100%, like
it
snaps
sticks in your head so hard. Like Even like I can't say no. None of them have theme songs anymore because like the theme song from Bluey.
Yeah.
Is like that's going to be like in kids' brains for the rest of their lives. Like you and I talking about
100%.
the log jingle from Ren and Stimpy or whatever. Like
Right.
we still remember those words 40 years later,
Yep.
30 years later, whatever. Like kids are gonna be singing da 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 forever. And they're gonna be, 30 years from now, our sons will be doing a podcast and being like, remember that Bluey theme song?
Yep. Actually, I had a proud dad moment this morning.
Yeah.
When he what the hell was it? Oh God. Something just reminded me of it that I was looking at on 90s theme songs. Looney Tunes. Apparently he was like, "Oh, that I guess he saw the whatever the Daffy and Daffy and
Day the Earth blew
the
up?
Day the Earth blew up.
My son loved that movie.
Yeah, so he saw it with my father-in-law, I guess. And he was like, "That was amazing." I'm like,
yeah, so funny.
Dude,
Yeah, it was great. Yeah.
like that's what I grew up watching.
Yeah.
So crazy.
Yeah, I know. Those original Looney Tunes are dynamite. Are they back on HBO Max? I know they got removed from HBO Max for a while.
I
I
don't
don't know
know.
if they're back or not. But like, I'd love to just sit down and show my son a bunch of like Roadrunner and Coyote cartoons.
Yeah.
Those things are so funny still.
That'd be awesome. Oh, Travis in the chat says the Bill and Ted animated series. You remember that?
I sure do. I sure do.
Oh yeah.
The 90s, now that we're on like a 90s rabbit hole.
Yep.
There's like, and that Bill and Ted doesn't necessarily fit. It kind of does. But it's crazy if you think about how in the 90s they would make like kid versions of kid adaptations of things that kids probably shouldn't have been watching, right?
Oh, 100%.
Like Bill and Ted definitely like skewed older. Like it wasn't like super inappropriate, but like there was like a Beetlejuice cartoon.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like Beetlejuice is like a wild, crazy, weird ass movie. Not necessarily for little kids, but hey, let's make a cartoon out of it. And there were like toy lines for like RoboCop and Alien geared towards children. Like I knew what
do you remember the
aliens
Toxic
looked
Crusaders?
like because of toys that were marketed towards me. I knew what xenomorphs looked like because of the toy line that I was supposed to buy as an 8-year-old kid.
Oh,
or whatever.
100%.
Like I knew characters from RoboCop, an R-rated violent ass movie. Because it's like, why are you marketing these R-rated properties towards kids? This is insane. But like it worked. And they don't do that anymore for good reason. But crazy. I mean, I guess they kind of do because like kids know who Deadpool is, but they can't watch those movies. I don't know.
Right. Yeah, side note, I found out one of my scouts had seen Deadpool, and I'm like, I don't think that's not a great idea, buddy.
I think that's a bad idea. Yeah.
You remember Toxic Crusaders? The cartoon
was
with
like Toxic Avengers kind of like spinoff thing?
Like,
yes, of course I do.
Toxie was in it, and like the whole I was like I remembered I was trying to remember why he was so at the forefront of me as a child. Like I remember Toxic Avenger.
There was a cartoon, wasn't there?
That's what it was. Toxic Crusaders was like
right.
him and like a couple other random superheroes.
But again, that's a children's adaptation of like a film that's wildly inappropriate
100%
for kids to be watching.
Have you seen the new one?
So it's just, I still haven't. No,
I haven't either.
We talked about it recently.
I gotta figure that out.
Once I can rent it or whatever, I will watch it for sure.
Oh, actually, I randomly pulled up the Wikipedia for Toxic Crusaders. Prior to Toxic Crusaders, cartoons based on R-rated films had been attempted with programs such as Rambo: The Force of Freedom. Oh boy. Wow. Definitely not what I was expecting.
I mean. That's what I'm talking about. This is insane. What are you doing?
Yeah. Meanwhile, you also have Street Sharks on the air. Like
sure. Yeah.
The Tick.
I love the animated Tick show.
I know.
I love the animated
It was so good.
I wish there was like some kind of like
actually Travis just dropped Rambo Force for Freedom in the chat too before I mentioned it.
Insane.
God. The 90s were wild.
They were wild.
Captain Planet.
And violent. And
SWAT
speaking
Cats.
of violent,
You remember SWAT Cats? It was
No.
like the tail end
Very-
of us. I feel like it's the end of you and me, like generation style. But
tail
it was
end of anthropomorphic animals fighting each other,
yep.
which was the Ninja Turtles
coming
movie.
out of the Ninja Turtles craze. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. When they made
Wow.
one for everything.
Everything.
Yep.
Yep. Yep.
Johnny Quest, He-Man, the Swamp Thing cartoon.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Double Dragon.
That's another R-rated movie that was made into a
Yeah.
kids thing.
Yep.
Right there. Yep.
And then
Wild.
where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? Because it was the 90s.
It was the 90s. Speaking of super violent things that kids shouldn't watch. You ever seen a movie called
Very true.
You ever seen a movie called Kill Bill?
Have
Volume
seen a couple
1
of them.
and or Volume 2? Yeah. Well, this is like there's not a whole lot of news this week. What we just talked, you know how we just talked about 90s cartoons for 20 minutes? That's because
Right.
we're already at our last story. And this isn't even something that we normally cover because it's not nerd related, really. But it's certainly a genre film. But, you know, Kung Fu movie is not necessarily a genre we usually cover on this show. But
Right.
I think it's relevant to people, you know. There's certainly
There's definitely a Venn diagram overlap.
I would be shocked if people that listen to this show didn't also enjoy Quentin Tarantino movies to some degree. So in 2003 and 2004, Quentin Tarantino released Kill Bill Volume 1 and Volume 2, respectively. Always intended it to be one film. And shortly after the release of Volume 2, he announced that he did edit both films into one film. He wrote it and directed it like it was one film, but the studio made him split it into two movies because they were nervous about a super duper long runtime, which I understand.
Yeah.
And both movies were incredibly successful on their own, so I guess it kind of worked. But a long time ago, he announced that he edited it. Edited it is one of my most favorite things to say. Because you're saying edit twice. Edited it,
I think you just broke my brain.
right? Anyway, he edited it into a something he called Kill Bill: The Whole Bloody Affair. And this film has been shown on occasion, special screenings here and there, but has never gotten a wide release until now, or at least until this December 5th. Will be a wide release of Kill Bill: The Whole Bloody Affair, being shown in both 70mm and 35mm projections. This version of the film removes the cliffhanger ending from Volume 1 and the recap in the beginning of Volume 2. And it also is going to include apparently 7 minutes of a new or never before seen animated sequence. I'm not sure where in the film that goes or what it covers. But definitely some new footage for people who have never seen this before. And all in all, it runs 247 minutes. So certainly a very long movie.
I'm not going to be in for 4 hours of Kill Bill. I'm
That's a
not
lot.
going to lie.
Especially when, like, I like both 1 and 2. 2 I think is a very good movie, but I think 2 is already like too long. I think you could cut 20 minutes or a half hour out of 2 and it would like be just on fire.
And
But it's already
weirdly,
pretty long.
2 is 20 minutes to a half an hour longer than 1.
Yes. Yeah.
Like 1's
'cause it
under
kinda-
2 hours, right?
Yeah. 1 is like an hour and 20 minutes or something. It's like kind of short. Maybe it's
Yeah.
an hour 30, but like it's kind of short.
It's it's
Um,
tight.
And I rewatched both of these early in the summer, randomly.
Yep.
Hadn't seen them in a while. And like I said, 2's good, but it kind of drags a little bit. So if you're watching, 4 hours of this and it's the end of it that you're just like, oh boy, getting a little sloggy, might be a bit of a tough watch. However, I would love to see this.
Oh,
I
yeah.
would love, I don't know that it's going to be
I love the
available
concept
around
of
here,
it.
but like,
I
love
don't
the
know if I could
concept
sit
of it.
through
I
4
love-
hours of it. Like
yeah.
it broken apart was great.
Yeah.
Like I get why they broke it apart.
Me too. I definitely get why they broke it apart. But it's like a thing like, you want to see the film as it was intended by the person that wrote it and directed it. The director, the auteur filmmaker, intended it to look a certain way, intended it to be a certain way, conceived of it in a certain way. And we've never gotten to see that vision. Now we are able to see that vision. So if that appeals to you, then you should be excited that Kill Bill, the whole bloody affair, coming to theaters this December 5th. And Steve, this story reminded me tell you something that I think is crazy, that I can't believe is happening. And I'm going to say this thing to you.
Okay.
And you're not going to believe that it's happening because it's crazy.
Okay.
Have you seen, is it his most recent movie? I think it is. Tarantino's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood,
I have not.
starring Leonardo DiCaprio, Brad Pitt, and Margot Robbie. It's very good.
I've heard
I
that.
liked it quite a bit. It's one of his best films, in my opinion.
Okay.
Like, it's up there for me. Apparently, Quentin Tarantino has written a sequel to Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. This is not new news. This is
Yeah.
months old news, but like you and I haven't talked about it because we don't talk about this kind of stuff.
Right.
Quentin Tarantino has written a sequel to Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. It's focused on Brad Pitt's character, apparently. Brad Pitt is returning. It's going to be a Netflix movie directed by David Fincher. Yeah.
Huh.
Written by Quentin Tarantino, directed by David Fincher, starring Brad Pitt on Netflix. What? A sequel. That's a
What-
sequel.
All
Isn't that
of
crazy?
those are all words that I understand,
I know.
but I do not understand them together.
I know. Isn't that crazy?
Like what? Like
I'm surprised David Fincher would want to direct a sequel to a movie he didn't make.
right.
And I'm surprised that Quentin Tarantino wouldn't want to direct his own script. But I guess you're like giving it to another master filmmaker, so I guess it's in good hands, right?
Well, master filmmaker, and then also made Alien 3.
Well, yeah, sure. I'm not.
I think has Fincher come up on like the last 5 podcasts?
Certainly
we
the
talked
last
about-
two. Started this one and last week. Yeah.
We talked about him
Before
last week for Alien, and then what was
Yeah.
we talked about 7 a couple weeks ago.
No, I think that was the same.
Oh, was that last week as well?
Because we were talking about Alien movies and we mentioned Alien. And that got us
yeah,
into
and then
Fincher,
you
that
said
got
you had
us
seen
into
7 recently. Got it. Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I was thinking those were separate episodes, so I apologize.
But also, again, and I said it last week, and I'll say it this week. Fincher was not in control on Alien
Right.
3. The studio, it was his first movie. Studio really took that movie away from him and forced his hand. Everything since then has been pretty great.
Uh-huh.
I think. Have I seen everything? I don't know that I saw his version of Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. I saw the original, but everything else has been pretty great or masterful. Zodiac, Gone Girl.
Yeah.
Pretty great movies. Fight Club.
Fight Club was pretty good.
Yeah.
I've heard it was solid.
So anyway, that's the thing that's
Panic
happening.
Room.
A sequel to Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Yeah, Panic Room's
Benjamin
great.
Button.
Benjamin Button's great. Fucking Social Network, for God's
Social
sake.
Network, yeah.
The guy knows what he's doing. The Killer came out on Netflix last year or 2 years ago. That was pretty good.
Gary Oldman in Mank. Haven't seen that.
Oh yeah, thanks. Okay. This is kind of long, kind of drawn out.
Got a little
Eh.
little artsy on that one.
Yeah, not in
Yeah.
a good way, in my opinion.
It happens.
So that's all I got. That's all the news I got. Do you have a comic to review? I do not have a comic to review, despite being at Funky Town this past week and buying comics.
No, the only comic I have to review is I brought a gorilla to a gunfight.
Well, then I will turn the microphone over to you because I'm not going to comment on my own book. I mean, sure I will, but
Right.
if
So-
asked.
So
So go ahead.
Did Brian in the chat get a copy of it?
I dropped off a copy at Funky Town Comics and asked them to put it in his pull. So if he has picked up his pull, then he should have gotten a copy of I Brought a Gorilla to a Gunfight.
Nice. So
Richard Westfall also should have gotten one.
It's
via
true.
the mail.
it is true.
Yep.
So yeah, if anyone enjoys westerns and gorillas. There you go. That's all you need. There's my review.
Yeah.
But no,
All right.
in general, it was and I'm not saying this just because you're literally looking at me. It
Do
was
you want me to walk away? I can like walk off camera.
No, the Matt Flint art was superb. Very Matt Flint in its style.
I agree.
The writing and pacing fit quite well. Like I'm trying to figure out how you got in the head of writing in that Old West style, because to me, as I was reading it, I'm like, this fits perfectly for what I see happening and like where this story is going.
Mhm.
And I kept going back to, because I know you, I'm like, how the hell did Mike like get in this headspace to write this? And I couldn't. The second run through, I was able to just read the book instead of being completely sidetracked by that.
Thanks, man.
Yeah,
Do you want me to? I have an answer for you. Do you want me
Sure.
to tell you? Okay. I would. I have my old PS3
Yep.
bill downstairs here, over here on this TV over here, and I would load up Red Dead Redemption.
Nice.
I've never played the whatever sequel that's supposed to be sprawling and incredible. I've never played that, the most recent one, but I have the original Red Dead Redemption. And I would just take the character to like some kind of like, I would ride him like up a cliff or
Yeah.
something, or like somewhere like visually impressive landscape, or just even stand in like the middle of a town where like horses and people
Right.
are walking by, and I would just have that on the TV in front of me, and I'd kind of like soak that in.
That's awesome.
And I would also like, when I'm writing characters, sometimes I'll pick an actor, or even not even an actor, but like a character that I've seen in a movie.
Yep.
And I will hear how they would say the lines that I'm writing. So like I picked Mia Goth's character from the movie Pearl
Okay.
for the lead character, and they're radically different like characters. I just needed like a southern
Right. Something
female
with that
voice
Yeah.
to like help me, like, this is how this character talks.
Yep.
So if I know how they talk, then it helps me kind of know how they think.
Yep.
If that makes sense. So yeah,
Nice.
I'm glad it paid off.
Oh, 100%. And there's a couple of twists in it that I see. Again, you know me, and I have trouble doing a review without spoiling something.
Sure. Yeah.
The initial twist, I'm very curious how that will pay off with the villain, or the antagonist who was brought in by the protagonist to some bigger bad. It seems like.
Yeah. Yep.
Like that whole twist within a twist concept, and then the fact that your protagonist is not just a Wild West gunslinger. Like, she goes home.
Yeah.
And like
she's
there's a
employed.
whole nother life of,
Yeah.
It's like, it's a real person. Okay.
Mhm.
Damn it. So I'm
Yeah.
I'm definitely looking forward to issue 2.
Well, thanks, man.
So we'll see where that
I'm looking
goes.
forward to writing issue 2. I have I've done a draft of issue 2, and I did it before. I think I got it done before I launched the Kickstarter for the first one, because I
Yep.
knew that once that was on, I wouldn't have time
Right.
to do it. So I banged out a draft of issue 2, and in the time since I completed that draft, I've realized there's a lot of things that I kind of want to change about it. So I'm going to take
That's why it's called a
machete to
draft,
it.
Mike. That's why it's called
That's
a
right.
draft.
That's right. So gonna make some changes, and I know Matt's got some projects that he's working on as well.
Yep.
But we're both very hungry to get to an issue 2. So as soon as our schedules are both lined up and the script is ready, then we'll be jumping into issue 2. Hopefully, not too long.
Nice.
Hopefully, not too long.
If you are in and around Syracuse this weekend, and you should be because Retro Game Con is going on,
That's right.
you can
I forgot to
find
mention this at the top of the show.
both Mike and Matt at Retro Game Con
Yep.
this year.
That's right. If you're going to Retro Game Con and you like what you're hearing about the comic that we're talking about, you can buy a copy of it from me and likely from Matt Flint as well. I brought a gorilla to a gunfight. Both of us will be at Retro Game Con at separate tables. Steve will actually make an appearance helping me out as well. It's Friday evening and then all day Saturday and Sunday at the On Center. So check us out. I don't have my table number up in front of me, but
I know Matt's 7
think
and
it's-
8. I don't know where you're at. Are you
know
right
I
near
have it,
him,
but
or
I don't know. I don't remember off the top of my head.
he'll be in the hall
That's okay.
somewhere?
I will be there. I do promise you. That's the kind of thing that like I look at and I'm like, okay, great, and I don't,
Right.
pay attention to it at all.
Yeah, makes sense.
So, but I shall be there.
Also,
be
for
there
the record,
selling
if you're not
my
going to be
wares.
at Retro Game Con and you do want a copy of this book, get a hold of Mike or myself. I can get you a
Yes.
hold of Mike too.
Yes. At some point, hopefully soon, it will be available to order from my website, mike-gibson.com. But it's not up there yet. Like I said, I wanted to get all the Kickstarter campaign or Kickstarter pledges filled before I made it just available to the public. So that happened in the nick of time for Retro Game Con. So sooner or later, maybe sometime this week or next, it'll be up on my website for order as well.
Nice.
Thanks, Steve. Thanks for the shout out. Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
And now I have to get back to the other thing. I was looking at Retro Game Con stuff while you were talking.
This week
There
in
it is.
comics, we have
That's right. Just had to find the list. Yes, so that's my comic. Again, Steve, thanks for the shout out. And if you are into comics, you may want to check out your local comic book store, which might include Funky Town Comics and Vinyl, who sponsors this podcast, who
It's
we
true.
did not mention at the top either.
we're just
But if you
slacking
go into
all
Funky
around.
Town, yeah. If you go into Funky Town, one of their two locations in Camillus and in Cicero, New York, you may find some of the following books: Absolute Batman 13, Action Comics number 1091, Amazing Spider-Man Torn number 1, Amazing X-Men number 1, Aquaman number 10, Avengers 31, Batman and Robin 26, Batman The Last Halloween issue 9, Binary issue 1, DC KO number 1, Eddie Brock Carnage number 9, Godzilla number 3, Green Lantern Corps number 9, Harley Quinn and Elvira crossover number 1 from Dynamite Comics, Laura Kinney Sabretooth number 1. What? Marvel Knights Punisher number 1, Marvel Black, White, Blood and Guts number 1. Don't know what that is, but what a title. Mary Sue number 1, Something is Killing the Children, A Monster Hunter Walks into a Bar number 1. Quite the subtitle on that. Space Ghost number 3, Spider-Man and Wolverine number 6, Star Wars Han Solo Hunt for the Falcon number 2, Strange Tales number 1, Supergirl number 6, Superman The Kryptonite Spectrum number 3, Ultimate Black Panther number 21, and Vampirella Armageddon number 4. I gotta say, a couple titles jump out to me. Not that I'm gonna necessarily get them, but Laura Kinney Sabretooth, what's going on there? I don't know.
That is part of the Age of Revelation
Okay.
line.
So it's kind of like a what if, different alternate universe.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
basically the new Age of Apocalypse style,
Yep, that makes sense.
which Binary also is, because in
Okay.
the Age of Revelation, Carol Danvers is the Phoenix.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Cool.
So,
That makes sense. I
Yep.
can see that.
so she's getting her new number 1.
Nice. I know DCKO is kind of a cool. Well, it's like a way to see a bunch of DC characters fight each other.
Right.
Kind of. It's like DC Mortal Kombat kind of thing, I guess. But I know they're doing a bunch of blind bags and stuff for it too. So a bunch of variant covers and special stuff as well. Harley Quinn Elvira is getting a lot of buzz. I might want to pick that up for sure. That's a fun title for sure. And Superman Kryptonite Spectrum I've heard is good. I'm just probably gonna wait till the trade because I haven't gotten issues 1 or 2, so
Fair.
I'm not gonna jump on board with 3. Looks like you have highlighted Amazing X-Men number 1. Is that something you're interested in?
I did to copy and paste because I was trying to make sure it was what I thought it was. So Amazing X-Men will be the flagship during the Age of Revelation.
Okay.
So that'll be the mainline X book.
While
So
all
if
the
you
others are
want
dealing
to-
with a different.
Yeah. So
Like,
you've got the the spinoffs
universe.
like the Binary and the Laura Kinney Sabretooth and
Yeah.
whatnot. And so Amazing X-Men that'll be the return to the main line for them.
Nice.
Not to be confused with the 2013 version, which was the Jason Aaron run, which I actually, well, you can see it, Mike, but they can't. That is a Matt Flint, Laura Kinney cover on X-Men,
Oh yeah.
Amazing X-Men 1.
That's right. Cool. You got all the goods.
Fun times.
Yeah, for sure. So that's all.
Oh, Jed
like,
McKay on that too. On the
Sorry, what?
the new Amazing X's, Jed McKay and Mahmoud Asrar. So
Oh,
that should be
nice.
good.
Cool. That is all the news that I have. Did you want to do a little Peacemaker
Yeah, we can do some peacemakering.
talk since we're both caught up here?
I think so.
All right. Well, if you want to hear us talk about Peacemaker, you can stick around. If you're not caught up on Peacemaker and you don't want things spoiled, and you really shouldn't want things spoiled,
No.
because season 2 has been good, and the end of it is really kicking up big time.
It was
good, and it's getting great.
Yeah, the beginning I was like, okay, we're getting back into it. And then as every episode progressed, I was like, oh shit, I'm in.
Yeah.
Okay, now I can't wait for the next one. Okay,
Here we
let's
go, here
go.
we
And it just kept escalating.
Yep. 6 and 7 have been excellent, which have only really made me excited for number 8. So,
And I don't know if you saw, but number 8's runtime.
You know what? I heard that there was a runtime to be mentioned, but I haven't heard what it is. How long is number
Almost
8?
an hour.
Oh, cool.
Like
okay.
55 minutes.
Yeah, because a lot of them have been on the
like 30
lighter side. They've
yeah.
been between 35, 40 minutes.
Yep.
A lot, which is fine.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that. Tell the story you got to tell.
Right.
The way you're
We've been
tell
saying that for years.
Yeah.
So
stop listening if you don't want us to spoil all of Peacemaker season 1 and 2, including the most recent episode.
Right. So this is your friendly neighborhood spoiler warning.
That's right.
I guess now.
And, yeah, right now. And go like and subscribe and listen to us and all that kind of stuff. But
we already said it before, so say it again.
And we're going to start talking about it right now. So, at the end of episode 6, which we didn't talk about because you weren't caught up, although you knew the twist. So we didn't really talk about episode 6 either. Realized that the Earth 2 or whatever they're calling it is controlled by Nazis. And it's a timeline where Nazis won World War II and took over America.
Yep.
And that's why the eagle-eyed viewers may have known that there was not one person of color in Earth 2 at all in any of the scenes ever.
Yep.
That's because they're being imprisoned or held captive.
Yeah. The and I quote, one got out.
One got out. That line was
that sent
shivers down my spine. I was like, oh, what? Got out.
So God. I had it spoiled, but I looked over at my wife and she was just like, what just happened?
Yeah. Yeah. Poor Adebayo running for her life at the end of episode 6 there. And she is saved by Judo Master. I like Judo Master kind of being brought into the fold a little bit, although he goes to stand with Argus at the end, which makes sense for that character. But him rescuing Adebayo and helping them get the team back together and get back to Earth 1, it's pretty great. I also loved he just electrocutes all those people in the pool.
And
then that line later about doesn't most people I've ever electrocuted in a pool
with a phone cable or whatever.
How many have done that before? 4. It was really funny.
Oddly specific. Thank you.
Yeah. So Economos is being held hostage by Augie, and Keith. but they go to bring in. They figure it out because Economos tells them, but then continues to try to lie about
Yeah.
having told them, which is funny. But they realize that they need to get to Peacemaker before the cops do, or else they're going to be in trouble because they're not supposed to have a multiversal doorway to the quantum unfolding chamber, which they do have.
Mm-hmm.
And so they don't want to get in trouble. So there's a chase scene where Peacemaker, great escape with Peacemaker and Harcourt just jetpacking through plate glass doors and smashing into a car.
I was shooting for the doorway.
Yeah. We went through glass, you idiot. It was great. But then August and Keith just show up and murder all the police officers.
Yeah.
And take the two of them back to the house to question them. Do you think, just on this scene, because the motorcycle scene kind of gave us a little bit of Peacemaker and Harcourt together, enjoying each other's company. Do we think that Harcourt and Peacemaker are going to end up together as a romantic couple at the end of this season, or is that an impossibility? I mean, it's not an impossibility.
I don't think it's an impossibility. I think it's going to go one of two ways. I think either that will happen, but something else screwed up will happen, because you can't end a season of Peacemaker with everything being all happy, fuzzy, warm, and everything working out. So either they end up in that vein, or they have, the moment that they had, and then they both actually realize that, things aren't going to work out.
Yeah.
Or Chris is so goddamn broken right now that he's the one that runs away and Harcourt ends up falling for him. And we end up going into season 3 like that.
Very true. Because at the end of this one, Peacemaker's getting hauled off somewhere.
Yeah.
Assumedly back to prison.
Right.
But we don't know how long that's going to stick.
Does he end up in the same prison as Lex?
As Luthor? I mean, that's where Belle Reve,
no, because he got moved from Belle Reve.
Luthor's getting transferred.
Right.
I mean, in the Suicide Squad, Peacemaker was in Belle Reve prison. That's where the Suicide Squad operates from.
Right.
So I wouldn't be surprised if he makes it back there.
Oh, true.
Excuse me. But I also wouldn't be surprised if the 11th Street kids break him out or save him or something. You know? But yeah, I can see them realizing it wouldn't work. I can see them deciding to get together, and then Harcourt tragically dies.
Could be.
That would be a gut punch. I can also see them getting together, honestly, because name another superhero character that needs a win more than goddamn Peacemaker.
It's true.
Guy has been through more trauma than any other character I can think of. Accidentally killed his brother, purposely killed his father, watched.
So hold on.
Multiverse version of his father get killed.
He killed his brother.
Killed his brother.
He killed his father.
Killed his father.
He killed himself.
Yes.
He killed his
himself.
Other father.
He watched his father get killed.
And then he almost killed his brother.
Yes. Yep. And then while also just living in regret for all the murdering that he's done. This season 1 and 2 has been about him really
making amends,
regretting being a murderer.
Yeah.
When we meet him, he's like, I'll kill men, women, and children as long as I preserve peace or whatever, which is insane.
Right.
But his whole journey has been realizing how insane that is and how fucked up he is. Right?
Yeah.
So
now he's fully realizing it, and here we're
so he needs a win, is what I'm saying. So maybe he gets a win and gets to date Amelia Harcourt for a little bit. I don't know.
I mean, one of the only other characters that's as broken and fucked up as he is Harcourt. So
yes, which this season is making abundantly clear.
Yeah.
So my favorite thing about this episode was 2 vigilantes, I think. I really I know that it's multiversal and they can't happen, but I would love two vigilantes all the time.
Well, and the
That
thing
was
is,
great.
like, when it was about to happen, I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna pull this off. And then as soon as it happened, I'm like, God damn it, this was perfect.
Incredible. Incredible. I was saying to my wife a few episodes ago, I was like, I just feel like Vigilante, like, he doesn't have a lot to do this season. Like, he's
Yeah.
never in his costume. Like,
It was all
he's there
the
for like
the
jokes,
manta
but
ray
he's not really like
jokes
doing
and yeah.
anything.
Yep.
And then the fact that the two of them being exactly the same, like they kind of set it up where you think his multiverse counterpart is going to be like
Yeah.
different or like super serious, and they're just both goofballs. It's great.
Right. Instead, he ends up being effectively a Nexus being. It's the same in every multiverse.
Yeah. Yeah. But he's also like a freedom fighter, and we learn the Sons of Liberty are actually good guys, and they're trying to defeat,
right.
They're trying to rebel against this Nazi regime. And just as Peacemaker's multiversal father is explaining how he is not a Nazi in this universe and is just doing his best to do good in a world full of terrible people, run by terrible people. Fucking
straight to the jugular. Like,
Vigilante through the window with a knife ready to go and just repeatedly stabbing him in the neck. My wife was shocked and traumatized, and I was shocked and laughing my ass off. It was like such
it's the same thing in our house.
tragic comedic timing.
Yep.
My God, that was funny. I can't get over it.
As soon as Augie started monologuing, though, as soon as Augie started monologuing, I'm like, well, he's gonna die.
It was, for me, it was when he moved in front of the window. I was like, oh, someone's coming through that window. And boy, was I right about that. And then, just like two vigilantes, Judo Master, and Peacemaker and Harcourt or whatever, just like an Adebayo, just wrecking shop in that like escape scene where they're just, it's mostly the two vigilantes are just like shooting and murdering and doing cool flip moves and stuff. Like, I was like, this is awesome. But then you get Peacemaker, who sees his brother getting killed. And that's the other cool thing that he comes clean about why he's there and what happened and admits to killing his counterpart. And the dad is like, yeah, but your brother was really fucked up, man. He was like on these drugs and all this stuff, like,
Right. Well, and that's
the dad is like, he wasn't long for this world.
Well, and that's the thing is, for all intents and purposes, it seems like both him, his brother, and his father were diametric opposites in the two worlds.
Yeah.
Because it seems like Augie was the good guy in the Nazi world.
Right.
And Chris and Keith were the fuck ups.
Yeah. Yeah. Chris more than Keith, I think. For sure. But it's almost like Keith was the one, in Earth 1, where Keith died when he was a little kid, Chris like looked up to him and idolized him. But in this world, where Chris is the more famous superhero, it seems like Keith kind of like looked up to him a little bit, even though Keith is older, and even though Chris was like fucked up, he clearly loved his brother and wanted the best for him, and kind of like it was a little bit like slightly reverse relationship, I guess, if you know what I mean. And now, because Chris stepped in and kept them from killing him, like they were stabbing him.
Yeah.
Like, with not they had good reason to do that. He was going to kill them, and he's probably still will.
Yeah,
but
I'm pretty sure
Peacemaker runs in and saves them. Yeah, and they're definitely setting up Keith as a bad guy, whether it's in episode 8 or whether it's season 3 or whether it's in Man of Tomorrow. or whatever. You know, like we will see Keith again, and my guess is it will be in episode 8.
Yeah.
That there'll be a big showdown of some kind, and that maybe Keith will be stranded in our world, and therefore will be a recurring character in DCU projects. Because I can't imagine they're going to keep going back to that other universe or any other universe after season 2. This seems like a, you know, like the quantum unfolding chamber thing seemed like this was a plot device for season 2, and it's not like we're going to just keep utilizing it all the time. This is going to be a thing. Well, he turns it over to Argus at the end.
Yeah.
He gives himself up. So yeah, what's going to happen? Obviously, like, we think Keith is going to come back. Episode ends with Chris turning himself in and being taken away in the back of a police car. And that's it. So what is episode 8 even going to be? Them trying to break him out of prison, but he doesn't want to be out of prison. That's where he thinks he should be.
He surrendered himself to it.
Yeah. And he did it in a way that saved everybody else. It said, like, I did this, they came to stop me. That was it. They're innocent, I'm guilty.
Right.
And you know, Rick Flag Sr. doesn't care about anybody else. He just wants Peacemaker for revenge purposes.
Yeah.
So, you know.
I mean, there was also that kind of thread where it seemed like he was actually playing up the I'm doing this for revenge purposes. Like, that it wasn't necessarily all for that. It was for something else. You know what I mean?
That he was like a little more in control than he was allowing Peacemaker to believe he was.
Like that him beating the shit out of Peacemaker wasn't a revenge thing. It was a let's make this look like it's strictly a revenge thing.
Right. But also kind of a revenge thing.
Right.
Like, you know, like,
100%.
I'm going to make it look like a revenge thing, and it is a revenge thing, but I know when to stop.
Yep.
Because I have grander plans in mind.
Yeah.
So I'll be interested to see what happens to him, Rick Flag, and where he gets positioned, because, you know, he's now he's in bed with Lex Luthor. And the guy that they got out, the guy from Superman that they pulled out of prison to help them locate the thing. That was cool.
Who apparently is a comic
yes
character.
Yep. I learned that as
Sidney Hepperson.
Yep. Yeah, he's similar to how he is in Superman, and in this he's like a Lex Luthor devotee that helps him in the lab and stuff, and is so dedicated to him that, you know, kind of like blind allegiance kind of thing. So interested to see what happens to Rick Flag, how he gets set up, because, you know, again, James Gunn has said that Peacemaker season 2 ties directly into Man of Tomorrow.
Yep.
So we'll see how this sets up whatever comes next. And I'm excited to see what happens. And I'm excited for what comes next, which is what comes next, Supergirl or Lanterns. We don't really have a release date for Lanterns yet.
No, we don't.
And boy, am I excited about Lanterns. Can't wait for that. But next year.
Sometime next
Yeah.
year.
Did you finish Alien Earth?
No, I'm still on like episode 6.
Okay. Cool. Won't say anything.
Well, with that being the me solo project, it takes a little longer to get through.
Yeah, for sure. I realized, you know, we've been talking about how it doesn't really feel like Alien, and I don't know that I really like it.
Yep.
And I just realized, like, the biggest sticking point, and this should have been obvious, and I don't know why I couldn't, like, verbalize this, but, you know, our main character is Wendy, you know, the name that they call her. Marcy, whichever you want to call her. She's like a nearly unkillable, nearly indestructible, superpowered character that can talk to the xenomorph and, like, communicate with it.
Right.
So it's, like, not in danger at all. Okay. Okay.
Like, it's a very not Alien concept.
Yeah, I know. And I was just like, that's what it is right there. Like, I like rooting for a regular person to figure out a way to survive this. And this is like, you're giving me like the most powered person ever. Like, I'm not at all concerned that she's going to die. She can easily outlive this.
Yeah.
Easily. And the human characters are kind of like shoved to the side, or they're the bad guys. So it's like, I don't have an attachment to this character because I can't relate to this character at all because this character it's like what people say about Superman. It's boring because he's perfect. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. This character and she can manipulate machines to do just whatever she wants, all the time. So like, okay, so she's super duper powerful. And the alien's not even trying to kill her. Okay, then. What do I care? Why am I watching this?
Right. What exactly are we getting out of watching this?
What are we doing here? Exactly. So, besides a lot of like lore, I guess, for the alien universe, but it just wasn't my cup of tea.
Fair.
And there was cool parts, and even in the finale, there were cool parts for sure. But like, all in all, didn't really do it for me.
Yeah, I mean, there were
Not
definitely
that
moments.
that means you should stop watching it. You should, if you're liking it, you keep watching it, Steve.
No,
But
because it seems like a season 2 is pretty well greenlit. So
yes, I have seen that as well. Apparently, I'm in the minority. People that wasn't a big fan of it, but
I mean, I enjoyed a good bit of it that I've seen.
yeah, me too. I watched the whole thing. That's
Right.
big for me with a TV show.
Yeah.
I'll drop
So-
off a TV show like that. Like I have no problem. So
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. Other than that, I think that's all I got. You got anything else?
Good here.
All right. Well, 20 after 11. It's time to say goodbye. If you're still hanging on, you can like and subscribe and rate. Give us a review, 5 stars, please, in Apple Podcasts or wherever you want to rate us. That'd be great. And I guess that's it. So until next time, as the two suns set over the burnt corpses of Owen and Baru Lars, we say thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. And we'll see you in the multiverse.